Hi, Phil Singleton. I am a professional volunteer with 4-H, or at least that's what my wife tells me I am. And we're going to go through and build a paper rocket launcher. So I want to just introduce all the parts to you. So we're using 3-inch PVC. So we have 3-inch PVC, a 3-inch PVC cap that have drilled a hole in, and this tire valve stem, and that's where we put the air in. That will be installed. We'll show you how to do that. And then the cap, and it'll go through two 90s. Coming back, when we reduce it down to 45, or 3/4, 45, 3/4, and then we will put our launch pad together. And at that point, we're gonna launch some paper. So let's get started, shall we? What we're gonna do is install our valve stem in our 3-inch cap. So you stick it through. I use a pair of pliers, and you're gonna have to put a little pressure on it, but it will pop in place. And once it's there, it's sealed, and now we'll be able to put air against it. Now that we have our valve stem installed, we're going to start putting this together. With PVC, we use two different types of, we have a solvent, and I'm going to do it just like you're going to be doing it with a Q-tip. So the purple is a solvent, and then we have the glue. The purpose of the solvent is to clean the plastic up. Okay, and so I've gone ahead to save some time and cleaned all the parts. So everywhere the parts will come in contact, so on the end of the pipes, we clean the outside. On anything that has that it goes into, we clean the inside. And what this does is it just basically softens the plastic so that the glue will adhere better. So now we're gonna get ready and we're gonna put this thing together. The thing to keep in mind is when you're gluing this, is once you put it together, you have only a few seconds to get it into place. So make sure you get your glue on and everything ready. So before you put this cap on, you want to make sure that your valve stem is seated correctly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the glue on the outside. And if you have a brush at home, you can use a brush. This will work just fine. Okay, so here's the secret. Now that I have them together, I'm going to push them in together, and I'm going to turn them a quarter of a turn and hold it, and then that is sealed. It takes about, this will take about 30 minutes to an hour to cure before we can use it, but I will go ahead and I'll put the rest of it together, and I'll meet you back in a minute.
NFL tonight. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night invasion? Yeah, this is rockin' Randall.
I want to take just a second and show you that on this joint, now when you put it together, make sure you get it to lay flat. So put it down on a flat table and hold it, because once it sets, you're not going to get it to turn.
Now they're ready for action across the land.
With this reducing bushing, make sure it goes all the way in.
Snap the ball, the bat blasts through a hole in the wall. Receivers rocket on down the line. The defense.
Now we're going to install it is a 2 by 3/4 inch reducer, and just make sure that you get it all the way in as far as it'll go. And you're good.
This is Hank, and my mission is to get this whole thing started. Get those helmets crashing.
Okay, one of the things to keep in mind is with your ball valve, When you put it in, make sure that you turn it so that it's straight up, so that you can get a hold of it easily. You don't want it down. This way you can release it and shoot your cannon.
And the crew's all set, the time it is right. I'm a running friend of Hero Monday night.
These two 90s, notice there's male threads on one side, female threads on the other. So we twist them together before we glue them, and this is what's going to give you your ability to launch a rocket. So you don't have to get them on super tight, but just enough that they'll hold. Okay, when you put this one on, make sure that it comes off at a 90-degree angle so that your launching will be perpendicular with your cannon.
Well, it's Monday night and we're ready to strike. Our special forces are in full flight. We're coming by air and on the ground. Monday Night Football's taking over the town.
Just as a reminder, when you put these pieces together, especially where you put the adapters in the 3/4 inch, make sure you apply enough pressure going in and turn it 1/4 of a turn, and then hold it until it sets. Otherwise you'll see it starting to move back out. Okay, just as a reminder, when you put these together, the male to the female with the threads, make sure you go on far enough, because notice when you get back here, you're done. So that you're on there far enough that you can launch.
Monday night time. Let it fly.
Okay, so now we're into making rockets. So we use our spare piece of PVC. Now we've painted this, and because we painted it, you want to make sure that it's a little bit loose on your PVC mold. And I rolled it up, taped it, and I stuffed tissue paper down in. I just put some tissue paper in and then use it to give it a little bit of weight up to the front. So now we put it on. We're going to aim it up so that we're going to try to go straight up in the air with this one, maybe. Okay, we close our valve and we put air into the cylinder. And I'm putting about 50 pounds in. And here we go, 3, 2, 1.
Holy